This has been a total bitch fest. I mean, this company is capable. It's just not doing it. It's getting very disheartening. This guy, that's a good one to talk about disappointments. Easy. This was easy. It wouldn't have took nothing to give us an awesome Werewolf by Night. No, it's a reuse from a figure from 2016. Lovely pins. He's too short. He's too thin. Two different characters entirely. They don't... It's not a body they should have used. This one was depressing, and I think you hear it in my voice. I feel very deflated by these figures. Dun 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 dun. Kick ass. You know, the symbolism here is beyond ironic. Yeah, it is Ringside Collectibles, exclusive, unsanctioned Demolition. Oh! I gotta tell you, this time last year, I did not think I would see either these or the Road Warriors. Since then, I've gotten both. I thought these would never happen, and these are my two favorite tag teams of all time. Okay, it was NWA was ruled by the Road Warriors, and Demolition ruled the WWF. When I really was heavy into wrestling, I would watch wrestling all the fucking time. Anything, AWA, WCCW, NWA. I didn't care. I wanted to watch wrestling, but these were my faves. And contracts being what they are and shit, I thought, I'm never going to get the Road Warriors. I'm never going to get Demolition. And I am so fucking happy I've got both. Oh, I'm reveling in this. Because, my God, I mean, this looks so cool. This looks so awesome. I'm fanboying. Here's a package. Oh shit. Yeah, things are going flying. You gotta excuse me. I am so happy. Here comes the action. Demolition became one of the most dominant tag teams of wrestling history and won the World Tag Team titles 3 times. One time beating Blanchard and Anderson. With their hard-hitting style and their finishing move, decapitation, their leather spikes and painted faces made them fan favorites and memorable icons of the era. I just thought, here's what I always like. I mean, when they first came out, yeah, I also was in the camp, oh, these guys are a rip-off of the Road Warriors. Because they were. I mean, they freely admitted it. But they kind of came into their own. And that's what I always liked about Demolition. I mean, they had a more grounded game. It was more beat down on the opponent. And I always wondered how that's going to mesh with the Road Warriors. Because that clash was inevitable. And in typical Vince McMahon style, the dumb shit didn't know what he had. He did the same thing to Hogan and Flair. But unfortunately, these guys were kind of shuffled out the door because, well, you can only have one spiky, face-painted tag team at a time. Stupid McMahon. I have hated McMahon. See, I didn't know McMahon was the owner at the time. But I found out later, and I found out why he got rid of Demolition. I'm like, you bastard. I know, I always forget this guy's name, his real name, because to me he's Axe. He had some health problems. That's why Crush came in. Crush wasn't the same. I know he's got some fans, but he wasn't the same. And it was a bit of a letdown. To me, Axe and Smash were always... See, my kid is excited. That's her on her monitor. But she's in her playroom. But anyway, I'm over the moon right now because yeah, this is freaking awesome. Okay, I'm gonna open them up now. I'm gonna open up. All right, be back in a minute. This is cool. I may keep this box. This is cool. I like that interior. I don't know if you can see it on camera. It's very light though. But it's awesome. It's just so awesome. Man, I got Toy Apocalypse around me. That'd be a great name for a show. Okay. So let's look these guys over. There is Smash's calm head. He looks kind of fat there. I don't know why. Here's Axe's tongue out head, when they took off their masks. And the likenesses are pretty okay, I do believe. Let me take a look at Axe. Yeah, Axe looks pretty good. They got their helmets that fit on just fine. One thing minor, I can see into the eye slits, and it was kind of one of those things, and I don't know if they did something to the helmets, but when they would walk to the ring, it almost like you could not see their eyes. It was kind of wicked. And they both have fist, hands, and C grips. And what was funny is the C grips and the fists were all in the same spot. In fact, I think I've got them backwards here. Hold on. Yeah. Anyway, they were both on either side together, which was weird, because I thought it would have been corresponding with the correct wrestler. And let's see, these have been out in the cold, sorry, but as far as I can tell, it's just normal articulation for a Mattel. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, it got double ball joint. No. Okay. We had an accident. Okay, pop back together. Woo. Okay, his torso popped off, but I popped it back on real easy. These look painted on. Yeah, they are. I'm not gonna fault them too much for that, because that's a lot of freaking work to make those leather straps again and all that. Yeah. These spikes are good. So, at this point, not only do I now have Demolition, I have another shot at Demolition, which I have on pre-order from Ringside, which is the Mattel version. Yes, I want to get these two and compare them, because I just want to see what each one is. Let me show you the spikes on the gauntlets here. I love it. That's what I always loved about Demolition, is yeah, they had smaller spikes, but they have more. And you always wondered, what do you want? Do you want more or do you want bigger? And yeah. Okay. How do I feel about these? I love them. As you can probably tell, I'm really excited, and because I absolutely love Demolition. They were seriously my favorite for a long time. in the early 80s. I'm changing Axe's head here because the idea of him looking inside of that, the inside of that helmet is kind of weird to me. Is this a problem? No, okay. I thought his hair was going to force his head forward too far, but doesn't look like it will. Okay, so there we go. It feels that this is so good. But yes, I'm going to get the Mattels and compare them, but I really could not wait for this. This is just awesome. Just so good. So freaking good. I mean, I can't. Oh, whew. My absolute favorite of a tag team of all time. Road Warriors also. To me, you know, people always talk about Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan when we were kids. All the way up until it finally happened. I was always about Demolition versus the Road Warriors. Because I thought that would be fucking phenomenal. Because, you know, the Road Warriors, I mean, to their credit, I mean, they were similar. They just would beat down opponents and take them apart. And, you know, yeah, so did Demolition. But it was different. It was, the Road Warriors fought differently. And I've seen both live. And they're both good in their own way. These guys, Demolition always would beat down on their opponents and keep them down. And, you know, Hawk and Animal would do, I don't even want to say it's more athletic, but more, well, look at their finisher, the Doomsday Device versus the Decapitation. Both are effective, both are awesome looking moves, but, you know, the more athletic one is the Doomsday Device. But, and that's kind of the key difference between these two, is they both did the same thing in different ways, and did it well. And I love both for it. And I really wanted to see the clash. To me, this was the ultimate clash of titans. Because there were tag teams, and I don't know. Some people don't like tag teams. I like tag teams when they work. These both worked for me. I mean, they both look like they came out of some post-apocalyptic movie. And they both look awesome. And it's all about the look. They're big, they're mean. Now, these guys didn't have the bodies that the Road Warriors had. I admit that freely, but you could tell they were tough. You know, you could tell they could take care of themselves. You know, there was no doubt in your mind that these guys could do what they were doing. You know, but in fact, you know, the first time I remember the veil being peeled away was Smash becoming the Repo Man. Because I realized that was Smash, and I was like, wait, that's Smash. Wait, what? And it didn't. That really soured me a little bit. I know there was a joke, I believe by Toy Games, about the Repo Man coming soon. And I said, yeah, he'll probably be on Legends way. But I didn't tell him. It's like, man, Repo Man really kind of made me go away from wrestling for a little bit. That whole era made people go away from wrestling for a little bit. But, you know, Barry Darsow. And the only reason I know his name is because he kept going. You know, he's the was it the Backyard Bully? I can't remember. Blacktop Bully, something like that, in WCW, and he did a couple of other stints in other places, but, you know, he never got to the height he did as Smash. Axe, his career was winding down, so that was kind of the end of his career. Crush went on to be Bryan Adams, joined the NWO. We saw how that went. Yeah, so Demolition never, you know, I always think people revere the Road Warriors much more than Demolition, and I think I'm right on that. But I think Demolition deserves some equal props. And to me, I cannot discern my favorite of tag teams between these two. I really cannot. Neither can my kid, who is not even looking at tag teams right now. He's looking at Mickey Mouse. And it feels good to be excited about getting a toy again. Because sometimes it really wears you down that, you know, these things, they feel like it feels like a chain in the beginning. That's kind of whatever I was going with that last video, which I don't know when I'm going to put it up, but it'll come up. But this I'm excited about. I was excited about these. These is why I collect. These are why I collect, because I didn't have these. I love these guys. And that's where I want to approach things from in the coming year, next year. Place of love. I love certain things in life. Wrestling is one. Superheroes is another. Star Wars is another. Etc., etc. But the past, while I can love it and have it on display, is the past. We need to move forward. Hello. That was probably bad, wasn't it? But we need to move forward and get into the new. And yeah, this might be the, getting two of my favorites in a year that I thought I wasn't going to get. That I just thought I would never be able to have in my collection. And then boom, all at once, they're here. That's made this year real. I mean, that is one of the best things of this year, is that I've gotten these two tag teams who were my favorites, both of them. And now I can just play out what I thought the Warrior Warriors versus Demolition was going to look like. We'll see. Anyway, I'm happy. So happy. I've not been this happy about... I'll tell you what, I've not been this happy about getting a toy since these two. And I'll probably be equally happy when I get the Mattel ones. And what's cool is the Mattel ones, the makeup's slightly different, the face paint's slightly different, so it's going to be like having an alternate. So that's even better. And I want to compare them directly with these, because that's going to be interesting. Excuse me. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm so overjoyed. I mean, I don't know what to say. Got cool spikes. The articulation seems to be your basic Mattel articulation. So, which, I mean, if you wanted me to really get down to it, your basic Marvel Legends articulation, only slightly different. But yeah. I'm cool with it. Really cool with it. Okay, guys, like artistry. There you go. Post-apocalyptic badasses right there, man. Okay. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to do YouTube stuffs. Take care, everybody.